Thank you for doing this interview with me.
Of course.
So is it okay if I record this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So my first question is, what exactly is virtual pride?
Virtual Pride is an online celebration of the LGBTQ plus community that is available and inclusive of all.
Cool. And where can people go to find out more about it?
You can either go to our website, which is virtualprideforall.com, or you can go to our Instagram page, which is virtualpride2k20.
Do you have any other social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook?
Yep, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. All usernames are virtualpride2k20.
How many people are there that are actually doing virtual pride?
Collectively, between me and my co-organizers' accounts, we have over 3 million people who are tuning in and can see it. Actively participating in it is, I'd say around 100,000, if not more.
Wow. How many creators are there?
I would guess that there's around 1,000. There's at least 700 TikTok creators, and then we also have Instagrammers and YouTubers.
So what can people do to advocate for the LGBTQ community outside of Pride Month, like in July?
Well, there's always so many different ways. You can always donate to places like the Trevor Project. You can help spread awareness of certain issues. And also, in general, the best thing you can do is be a great supporter. And a lot of that comes with educating yourself. So if you wanted to look up books like Periodic Table or just genuine knowledge books to help educate yourself and learn more, would be a great way to be a good ally.
So, how do you feel about what happened to George Floyd and the protests happening all around the country?
I think it's a super important and much needed. In a way, it's leading up to a revolution, but there are certain systematic oppressions happening in our country that have been there for a long time, which have just been shoved to the side and forgotten about for too long. And it's important that it is noticed and that people's voices are heard.
Do they relate to each other? The police brutality, and the racism, and pride, like
Yeah,
LGBT
for sure.
rights?
Um, as two different types of minority in the states, actively being Black Lives Matter is the one which is more current right now. But for instance, the first Pride was actually Stonewall, which was a riot and was led by a Black trans woman of color. The thing that started it all is she threw a brick at a police officer. White gays specifically stood out because of their privilege. They didn't see a reason to fight. So even though we have been fighting for years for our rights and our privileges, and only in the last couple of years have gotten our rights to marry, we have been fighting alongside each other for a long time, and our two communities are intertwined in ways that a lot of young gays can't even begin to understand.
And Stonewall, you said that she threw a brick, and I've seen different posts about people putting bricks on the side of the road. Do those have anything to do with each other?
Uh, yes, it truly depends on each person. I know there's a couple of things going around different movements. I have seen some people putting bricks on the side of the road for her, and I have seen other people putting bricks on the side of the road um, in general in remembrance, but that is one thing that people are doing to remember.
Nice. Is Virtual Pride as the um, organization? Are they doing anything for the riots or police brutality?
Yeah. So we're actually just starting that. We are extending virtual pride and we're putting it a little bit on the back burner and we're letting our queer POC creators step up to the front and say what they have to say. We're making sure that at least 50% of our content produced each day is about Black Lives Matter, if not more, because that is what is going on in our world. We're making sure that our Instagram stories are filled with different ways to donate, different ways to help if you can't. And we are also starting a new project called hashtag Our Turn, which is all about our generation's turn to speak up and go ahead, um, which is entirely equal among all my co-organizers, specifically Jackie. I don't know if you know who she is. She's on my co-organizing team and she's a Black queer person of color. And we are working hard to find a way to concise all of the information you're seeing on TikTok, like all of the tips on how to do protests, all the tips on where to donate or how to stream videos to help give money. We're working on a way to concise that and make one very good place to look to where to help.
That sounds really great.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to say thank you for doing this interview. I love
Alright.
what you're doing, and I hope one day I can live up to creating an organization that will help people around the world.
Yeah, and I'm sure you will. If you trust me, if you put your mind to something, you can get it done. It was
Thank
really nice meeting you.
you too.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
Bye.